we got to go on and we got to move on here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like we said, the government has officially shut down. The White House posted this today, or technically 9 hours ago. It was an official countdown thing, and, this is where we're at. The Democrat shutdown is what it is. That's what it is. That's what it should be called. I don't want it to be confused in any way, shape, form, or fashion. The far left radical Democrats are responsible for this government shutdown. There's no churching it up. There's no anything. They absolutely are behind this. We're just going to go through all the stuff here, and let's talk about it as best we can. Let's just play this video.
What you're doing. Thank you very much, Linda. Okay, any questions, please?
Mr. President, as we inch closer to a government shutdown this morning, you said you might do a lot of layoffs. If DOGE is already reducing the federal workforce, why is it necessary to link more federal jobs cut to a shutdown?
Well, the Democrats want to shut it down, so when you shut it down, you have to do layoffs. So we'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected, and the Democrats, they're going to be Democrats. As you know, this country, no country can afford to pay for illegal immigration, health care for everybody that comes into the country, and that's what they're insisting. And obviously, I have an obligation to not accept that. That would affect everybody. You know, when I see what we're doing with AI and all the plants that are opening up in the country, $17 trillion is coming. And if you compare that to Biden had, in 4 years, less than $1 trillion. We have $17 trillion, more than that. I think it's going to be much more than that, David. By the end of this year, I think it's going to be far over that. It's a record. It's already a record in 8 months. It's a record by a lot. And so we're doing well as a country, so the last thing we want to do is shut it down. But a lot of good can come down from shutdowns. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want, and they'd be
Amen.
Democrat
Pause.
things,
That's
but
all I
they
needed.
want open-
A lot of good can come from shutdowns. I believe we should shut down the government more often, if I'm being
100%.
honest, because nothing will start making people work faster than when their constituents aren't getting their benefits.
You know why they shut it down, right? Like, I mean, y'all do get this. Like, that. Here's what's about to happen in the next 2 or 3 days. All right, the Democrats think by shutting down the government, soldiers not getting paid. So the ones that are in Philly, the ones that are in D.C., the ones that are headed to California, Chicago, they're going to continue to patrol and do their jobs. They're just not going to get paid. And watch the Democrats spin it. Well, he's not paying the troops. That's why they did it. You can't convince me.
The longest
otherwise.
shutdown that we have had in recent memory happened under Barack Hussein Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Me and
I
Todd
remember
were
that.
both still in during that. It almost lasted a month.
Yeah.
I think it lasted over a month. Hang on.
Yeah, because we couldn't use.
Todd, I gotta look this
we
up.
couldn't. Well, I remember it because we couldn't drive our government cars. Like they made us come to work and go do our jobs in our personal vehicles. I mean, we didn't get paid for a month. It didn't really affect our health care and stuff like that. But the good news is you get back pay, you get reimbursement over that kind of stuff. But that's exactly what they're going to do. I'm telling you, within the next couple days, Gavin and all of these Peckerwoods are going to be, look, they're out there patrolling the streets and they're not even getting paid for it right now.
Here it is. Same time, October 1st of 2013. 16 days.
16 days.
16 days. So don't act like this ain't something that's happened before. Hang on. Longest shutdown.
Yeah. I got paid back, but no, that's not true, John. They only get paid once a month. That's not true. First and the 15th.
Let's also remember that during Trump's first administration, the government shut down for 35 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, look, man, these people do not care. And you want to know what? Do you guys remember what it was? Look, this is how far we've come. You ready for this? This wasn't even part of the show. This is real life stuff. Okay. This shutdown happened. Okay, I'll tell you what the first shutdown was for. You ready? Does anybody remember? Anybody in the chat remember? Comment in the chat if you remember. You need to hit that like button, hit the repost button right now. The longest shutdown was 35 days. During Trump's administration, from December 22nd, 2018 to January 25th, 2019. You want to know what it was over?
What?
$5 billion for the border wall. They shut the government down over $5 billion
Wow.
for the border wall. This is how far the left has fallen. Now, so they shut it down back then over $5 billion for the border wall. Now they're shutting it down over $1.5 trillion
The T.
for gender affirming care and health care for illegal aliens.
Yep.
That is how far we have fallen. They refused to give $5 billion. The Democrats were against it. Like, no, we can't put $5 billion extra dollars in this bill. But now they're saying we got to put $1.5 trillion more in this bill.
Yeah.
Dude, these people, man, these are the craziest people in the history
They're
of our
happy, too.
country.
They're happy too.
First of all, can we talk about Hakeem Jeffries looks like he's never seen a phone before. That is an alien seeing a camera for the first time, wondering, you guys just now have these? Like that is literally like the look on his face.
Never mind, I can't say that.
Why are all Democrats ugly?
I don't know, but he looks like the Voldemort version of the hood version of the Voldemort.
Yeah,
Like-
the nose, just you take the nose away and it's there.
And that's Voldemort.
All right, let's go. Keep going. Anyway, but that's your Democrats today, folks. Back in 2018, 2019, they kept the government shut down for 35 days over not wanting to spend an extra $5 billion to protect the borders of this country. Now they're shutting down the government because they want to add $1.5 trillion to cut children's genitals off and to provide health care for illegal aliens. The Democrats hate you. Okay, you need to understand this. The Democrats hate you. They hate America. They hate goodness. They hate Christianity. They hate you. Congressman Ralph Norman from South Carolina, also running for governor, I believe, files to abolish paychecks for members of Congress during a government shutdown. No back pay either. He's not the first person to ever do this. I highly doubt it's ever going to pass because members of Congress still get paid.
Yeah.
And so, we actually, I'm not going to give away stuff, but, something may be going down next week. Then we heard that it might not happen because of this shutdown. And my literal response was, you guys are still getting paid. Why wouldn't it still happen? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But that's Congress. That's Congress for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Okay, let's listen to this. Let's go.
I mean, estimate for us. Give us some ballpark numbers here. We've already had some sizable reductions in force. Actually, there's a number 300,000 floating around for this calendar year. That may or may not be the right number, but that number is floating around. Now, if there's a budget shutdown, as our own chat program suggested, almost ineluctably will be a budget shutdown, then you have the authority to reduce the federal employee count by roughly how much?
Well, I'm going to let those kinds of questions extend until tomorrow and the days after. Right now, where we are, we have hours to go before a government shutdown, and it can be avoided. And then we'll get in tomorrow. The preparation is all done. We have many options, but we're going to get in tomorrow and see where we are, and we're going to manage this shutdown and try to keep the American people from the havoc that the Democrats have caused with their
This
crazy.
dude's an idiot. It didn't stop the shutdown because the Dems are the ones that voted against it. Don't we? Do we have that, Todd, next?
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
what
we
that
do.
is?
Yeah, we've got it.
All right, here we go. This is the Dems shutting it down. Here we go.
The nays are 45. The 60-vote threshold having not been achieved, the bill upon reconsideration is not passed. The nays are 40.
There you go.
Pitiful.
There you go.
Absolutely pitiful.
Now, again, I'm all about slash and burn. As Ron Swanson would say, slash it, slash it, slash it. I'm all about it. But what I hate is that people that vote for Democrats, do you realize what they're digging their heels in the grounds for? All right, this is bad news for Democrats. Nick Sorter says mass deportations will continue even if the government shuts down, as President Trump's big, beautiful bill pre-funded it. The Schumer shutdown is going to backfire on the Democrats hard.
Goodbye.
First of all, good Lord, Chuck Schumer. Like, golly, if that's not a demon wearing a skin suit, I don't know what is at this point. All right, let's go. What's next? Is this Caroline?
Yeah, it's Caroline talking.
All right,
about
let's
it.
go. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hold up, we're kind of jumping all over the place. Here we go.
Oh, okay. Democrats are celebrating and taking selfies as they get ready to shut down the federal government and inflict massive pain on the American people. Exactly. Okay, so next should be Schumer complaining about a Trump meme. All right, here we go. This is Chuck Schumer and all his wisdom. Here, let's play it. I know it's painful to watch.
Yesterday, the president posted an offensive deepfake AI video of Leader Jeffries and me with sombreros, fake music, impersonating my voice through AI. It wasn't me.
It was amazing.
Talking even more lies about health care and immigration. Listen to this, America. Hours away from a shutdown, which we don't want. The American
You do
people
want
don't
it.
Yes, you do.
The president is busy trolling away on the internet like a 10-year-old. And that's exactly why Americans are going to blame him if the government shuts down.
Okay.
No,
That's another proof point.
No, they
Yesterday-
blame you.
And like, remember the choose your fighter video?
Yeah.
And remember this one? Don't. Yeah, sorry. And every Fang Bang Bang video is like,
Look, and
horrible.
we're gonna end it with AOC. AOC has something to say about this, and I think this explains it all, like of the mental illness that is the Democrats here. It's no one blames Trump. Everyone blames the Democrats. Everyone knows what this is about. The Republicans have done a fantastic job of saying, hey, this is about $1.5 trillion for wanting to give gender affirming care, which is a very nice way for saying we want to allow children to cut their genitals off if they think they're in the wrong body. And it's to give health care to illegal immigrants in this country. That's it. That's why. Here's AOC. Let's hear her words of wisdom.
What I'm not going to do is tolerate 4 million uninsured Americans because Donald Trump decided one day that he wants to just make sure that kids are dying because they don't have access to insurance. That's what's not going to happen. And so if those senators think that we're having a shutdown because of me, they're free to enter my office and negotiate, because what we're not going to do is allow all of millions of people in this country to not be able to afford their insulin and their chemotherapy. So come strike a deal with me if that's what they really think is going on.
See, so this is what they try to do. They try to make
Hearts
you
and
think it's
minds.
about insulin and chemotherapy. It's not. It's not. It's about gender affirming care. That is what it's about. That's the lie. You gotta acknowledge the lie. You gotta identify the lie. These people spin it to try to make it sound like they're the sane ones, when in reality the bill reads the way the bill reads. It is for gender affirming care, and it is for being able, children to be able to circumvent their parents and cut their genitals off. That's it. That's it. Like, that is the reason. That's the reason.